Hello everyone and welcome back to Railway Empire 2 as we're coming into the town of New York City again, the town. We're celebrating something. We're celebrating 100 million on our bank account. I think we could retire at this point as my train network is getting more profitable by the hour. And of course we're not doing that yet. We're still having a few things to do. The first one is we're nearing into 1850, and I would really like that because this will unlock a few more locomotives as well. But before we do that, let's continue onward with some other expansion down here in the south where we stopped in the last episode, and that is Houston. And Houston is, well, pretty important for us because it's also kind of like a gateway to the deep south that we have here. So Brownsville, Monterey. And yeah, Mexico unfortunately does not exist in this game, but who knows what kind of expansions come into the future. And we continue by purchasing South Texas, and with that Corpus Christi and Brownsville. I think this was... there's still Nuevo Leon. That we can also purchase for the most southern territories, right? And there will also be Torreon down here. A settlement deep in the mountains. By the way, these mountains look really cool when you zoom in from below. Look at that. Beautiful, really. I'm a sucker for mountains, and this just gives me the vibes. But from above, it doesn't look like much. But very cool engine there that we can zoom in so closely and out without any loading screens at all. Corpus Christi to Houston and then to Brownsville would be my next goal. We're still on our journey right now, connecting as many cities as possible to get the United States achievement. That is something I would really like to get. There we have actually a problem that we have a few plantations on its way, but that's fine. Here, we still have some remnants. Oh, by the way, also, do we have an sabotage? I would like to go ahead there too. Actually, get rid of this. Getting us lots of money in again. And then we definitely want to have a few more tracks going. Right. And what I definitely want to check out here is, do we need any other left tracks? There is vegetables, but I think vegetables comes in with the road anyway. So there's no demand for that yet. But it will get in with the road, so we don't need to have anything there. Nope, so we can really use these tracks here, the outermost ones. To continue further to higher temperature areas, to Corpus Christi. Connecting yet another one, I think here and here. And Corpus Christi continues onwards to Brownsville. That is the... Or we might actually go with... Now, let's go Brownsville, because there we can have then 2 tracks going out to the other 2 cities in the mountains. This one, let's just see, max, and oh no, this is possible. Very good. And then we have right here from Corpus Christi, we could make, or we could actually say Houston. I think we're going with Houston there. Yeah, let's do this to Nuevo Laredo and Monterey. And even Torreon would be... Yeah, I would like this. Let's do it like that. Let's make Houston to Nuevo. Like so. And then we have Monterey, right? This is actually going to be a really cool mountain track. Here we need to be careful. There's these farms that we definitely will need at some point, so I should not use them. So this continues parallel to the other system for a while and then splits up. To continue. Oh, there would be a slope of 217. How is that even possible? No idea what the game does there. Let's rather not try out. Very good. This is possible. Oh, we also have a saboteur. This is some really beautiful, diverse terrain that we are entering in this area. Connecting it with Houston once more. And as you can see, Houston really is getting big here. We will need a gridiron. Also one here. And I think, of course, also on at the other stations here. So Brownsville, the final station. And these are going to be mixed trains for sure, because I want to have some good exchange of goods as well. And from Nuevo, we are going now into Monterey. And Monterey, then probably Torreon. Right, so we're going to make it like so. Yeah, this is going to be tricky. There is some huge mountains here now, so I can circumvent it. We could also just go in directly and get a tunnel going, right? But I think here we're just going to circumvent it. Keep the max speed and the slope low. Very good. And then we're going to enter mountain 1. This is then Torreon. Really the last city in this game. There's nothing else anymore other than deep red wasteland. Oh, by the way, look at that. How far we can actually get out here still. And this is going to be an interesting one for sure. Wait a second. There's Monterey. And yeah, this is tunnels mostly. Try to stay at 1 slope. I mean, we pay 500,000 more for 2% less slope, but that's definitely going to be worth it. Here we have way too much. If I make the connection right away, how much would we get? 3 million with a 2% slope here. That's not going to be possible. Okay, no matter how I push it, we cannot construct tunnels of this length. So, for some strange reasons, this tunnel here is not possible because a tunnel this size is not allowed in the game. Right, but I do have the means. I mean, why should I not do this? Let's get a bit more complicated then. How can I get the tracks over there if I can't have a tunnel this long? This is interesting. There has to be a solution. Okay, this tunnel would be possible, right? Could get to this side here easily. And then this is not possible anymore because this tunnel here is not possible for the game to handle. There's a slope of 2%. Seems like we could do it like that. But then we can't enter. Oh, there would be a slope of 10%. Alright, I think if we go around it, it would be a bit better, right? Try this. Try to get around it. This is also not possible. The tunnel once again is too long. Alright, this would be possible. I cannot connect Torreon with Monterey, unfortunately. There's no way. It doesn't allow me to build that tunnel. We can go up here to Nuevo Laredo though. And I think we're doing this just for the heck of it because I want to connect that really. Here though, we need to make sure that we do have a bunch of new tracks again. Because of course there's going to be 2 train lines here then. Right, it might not be really profitable, I think. Alright, there it is, the other track. It's going to be steep for this one. There's no way for me to do this other than that because Torreon is just way too high for the other cities. And it's looking certainly like a very interesting train route, right? It goes then all the way there. So this is kind of like my luxury route that we have there now. Lots of bridges. Let's just hope they never catch fire. Through that big mountain here once again into Torreon. What a train line there. I'm eager to try this out and follow it along. Let's just go ahead and create this one, right? And hopefully we get a more powerful locomotive in the future then to connect that. And then of course we still also have Houston. That goes to Nuevo. And then Monterey. And back again. There we have it. This is going to be also automatic. And we're going to make 2 trains on this for sure. I think here. Yeah. That's it. And there's this one now starting. Holy cow. Oh! Has especially lots of meat. Of course, Torreon does need the meat. And it's going at a whopping 5 kilometers an hour here up this slope. That's how it goes. We'll just see. Perhaps we can further optimize that. Perhaps some more powerful locomotives can do the trick here. Because this is, of course, is not really a possible thing right now. Actually, I did it. There is another one. That's only a 2% and 3% slope that we have here. And we can completely get rid of that until it gets into the mountainous area. Perfect. Let's do it. Let's get rid of this system there. We still have the line now? I hope so. Yeah, there it is. Being loaded now in Torion. Perfect. So we have now connected this one in a bit better, in a better way, obviously. Going over here. Houston continues to grow. Perfect. Lots of trains now coming in and out of Houston as this one here is growing. And of course, we have lots of capacity for future endeavors here. Alright, let's look at the other line that we created here. St. Louis, Memphis, Houston. And as we can see, also Memphis is now seeing some very steep growth here. Perfect. And, oh yeah, okay. That's the, again, the water towers. You really need to have them in a lot of locations if you want to keep this going. Shreveport also 2 times. Interesting. Then all the way down to Houston. Perfect. And Torion has all the meat that it needs to become a city. Also, by purchasing, of course, profitable businesses like this sugar plantation, we can further boost our income. Like this one here is producing 8,000 per week right now. We just purchased this based on the usage that we had here. And this is further bumping us to 1.5 million now. Very good. And there it is, 1850 as well. And that, of course, opens up some new research that we can finally do. And boy, we do need that. So this is a bit strange still after all these years, I think, 1850, because there's nothing we can research until then, and we just save up the innovation points to just breeze through the next innovations again. That would be the Tyson 10 wheeler. So I would have loved here to have this a bit more gradual, right? So that probably we don't even need years perhaps, or that years just fly by faster. I don't know. But this just seems a bit strange here, that we're always piling up that much innovation. So we can skip the first locomotives again if we want to. The Tyson 10 wheeler, that's 68 kilometers an hour now for the mixed speed. Then we have the tool makers, allows you to construct, buy and run factories to make tools. That's a new good that we have basically there. 10% faster speed around corners. I would like to take this one with me here while we're at it, because that's just really lovely. Then we got a freighter, number 51 Dragon. High driving power with good cornering. Then we have the allows you to construct an immigration office in cities with 30,000 or more citizens. It allows for an increase in 15% immigration. Alright. Then we get the reliability boost with the iron cow catcher. The cow catchers made of iron instead of lumber are much more reliable. Alright, next up comes the Clark's preheater, and the boiler water with waste heat enables more efficient use of water and fuel, so reduced 5% consumption of oil and water. And then we got the first new locomotives again. The Rogers Mogul. The first time Mogul type locomotives have a Bissell frame that allows the locomotive's running wheels to be mounted so that they can move around curves. The 3 drive axles also ensure high power transmission. And an express one, the Holder. This express train locomotive built in Germany can be easily recognized by its strikingly large drive wheels. It should be used primarily in passenger and express because it can go up to 82 kilometers an hour. Holy cow, yes. Well, with that. And with that, we got a few new locomotives available. So that was the previous one. And then we got the Tyson now. We got the 51 Dragon. We got the Rogers Mogul. And we got the Hulda. And I'm going with the Holder here, of course, for my... Oh yeah, in a slick white one. We don't need any aging there. And let's replace it with all... Express good only ones. That's 23. Express state ones. That's 59. Or everything that is connecting cities. I would like to go ahead with that. Alright, and then we have the Rogers Mogul. So this is the mixed one. And this one, first of all, make it red. That's fine, with a bit of white still. And I would like to use this for all my freight only ones. There you go. And with that, we have a whole bunch of new locomotives now. Don't look that much different than the previous one. We're already breaching records with 77 kilometers an hour.
But the next one is mine.
This is an express one here, for example. Leaving town now soon. And stopping right away, because this one is still in its way. Now it should then continue again. There it is. Getting us new records, hopefully. Earning us new records. Of course, also every locomotive is boosted now with cornering, so we can have a faster cornering. Just in general, faster trains overall leads to more profit, faster transportation of goods. Should be noted. Let's go back to New York there. We still have some of the older ones. Nah, that's the Mogul now. Also one of the new ones. There's the steel frame that we have now instead of wood. Beautiful details there on these. And very fast too. For freighter, we have 60 kilometers an hour. And we're even going up here, I think, right now. And yeah, we are breaching 1.5 million with that. Because, of course, faster transportation also means more profit, ultimately. Memphis is even growing 2 times right now, so 70,000 it will reach. Having a very high good consumption here, or satisfaction. Wool and sugar would be one thing. There's wool actually here. Is it not making the connection there? Let's have a look at the goods there for wool. 6.4. Nashville doesn't need anything. They have a connection by road. Why is it not satisfied here? Current delivery by train is 7, so it's coming with another train and thus not being used by this one. That's strange. Alright, there should be wool coming in anywhere here with or by train. But I don't see it. As busy as it looks here. Look at the size really, it's just staggering. Every time I look into the distance how big this game is. But what's going on there? Why is there no wool coming in? Could be. And sugar. Ah, there's sugar over there. So we could use it. Yeah. And I think we're doing that. We have already a station there, the ward stop. And this one can get over here to Memphis. I might actually make a second station just for this. Because it's getting a bit busy here in Memphis too. Or we're just using an existing one. Like, I think this one we could use. Let's actually use this sugar here because it is closer to a couple of other towns as well. And we can make the direct connection with Memphis. Props. Oh, wait a second. I think this one was not very fast now. Definitely want to keep the max speed because you never know where the freight locomotives are going to be at some point, right? Max speed, max speed. And we're using the already existing line here to just keep it parallel and also the prices down. There you go. And with that, we can already create this new line, delivering the sugar. Memphis. Going to be one freighter. And number 51 Dragon is going to be used on this one automatically. Also an interesting looking locomotive, for sure. We're still using wood, by the way, for powering the steam engines. Another thing to boost my income here is still the observation car. An upgraded passenger car with more window seats makes railway travel or rail travel way more interesting. 5% more ticket prices, there you go. The interesting thing is, do we see that now? Does the game go in such a detail that we can see these new cars? I would need a bit of a fuller one, not the ones down here in the developing train lines, but rather here in the already profitable ones. This one doesn't even have a... Oh, it has passengers. Right, I think it's not looking different. Unfortunately. And with that, we continue onwards in the next episode with, yeah, well, once again, another hostile takeover. Stay tuned.